Hey guys, welcome back to FPL. It is game week 30, 8 game weeks left to decide on who will be crowned your league champions. Obviously, last week we had a decent enough week, just above the average, so still gaining some points, but not really much done for us in the table so far. But moving into this game week, the most transfers ins and outs. João Pedro for Chelsea in, Senesi in, Anderson in, Bruno Fernandes in, and Semenyo against that West Ham fixture being brought in. Most transfers out: Morgan Rogers, Van der Ven, Ruffles, Haaland, and Wilson. Haaland is a big one. If you got the money and the free transfers to do so, that's fair enough. Especially if you're bringing in the likes of João Pedro, but that's a big statement. Only, especially obviously did well last week, but I think people have jumped the gun on that one. So let's look at the highest week. 143 points last week. Raya in goal is a bench boost off Senesi, Timber, Truffles, Gabriel Gahi, Gordon, Bruno, Semenyo, captain João Pedro. This is where people have kind of jumped on the train for João Pedro. One good fixture. Their fixture run is not great, and you can tell people who have not played FPL before, they see that 19 points, 38 points, bring him in, but they've not considered the fixtures of Newcastle, Man City, Man United. Obviously, he's been okay in games like Burnley, Leeds and Wolves, but I don't. Arsenal was a tough game and he did nothing, so I'm not sure on that one. Then in goal on the bench you got Pickford, Casemiro who did well, Anderson and Thiago as well. So that was the highest. Back to our team, we had Dubravka played, unfortunately because of Ruffles' injury, 2 points there. We knew it was going to be bad. Gahi 1 point, Timber 13 points, 2 minutes for points for the minutes played. Got assist, which is 3 points. Got a clean sheet, which is 4 points, bonus points, and defensive contributions against Brighton there. Did well, and obviously Gabriel on the other hand, minutes played, clean sheet points, bonus points, and DEFCON points there, getting 11 points as well. So dominant performance from these two at the back. Virgil van Dijk on the other hand, losing to Wolves was crazy. But there gives away a clean sheet points. Wolves doing very well recently. Probably will go down unless they can pull out 8 wins. But yeah, moving to the midfield, Mbemo 1 point. Not really done much recently, which is disappointing, especially against Palace. But with Villas is a must win for top 4 position. And then I don't think it's alarm bells with the fixture run of Bournemouth, Leeds, Chelsea, Brentford, Liverpool, Sunderland, Forest and Brighton. Apart from Chelsea and Liverpool, and obviously a decent game against Villa, I think Man United could get some points. So I'm happy to keep Mbemo for now. Anderson is a beautiful pick, and I think people have started to get onto him, especially with this fixture run of Fulham, Spurs, Aston Villa and Burnley. What a run. Hoping they survive and Spurs go down. Obviously a good fixture for them to play this week when Spurs have Liverpool. Beautiful. Hopefully they can get out of the drop zone. But yeah, Anderson, apart from obviously 1 point against Brighton there, has been consistently getting 5s, 6s. And obviously that mega haul against Man City, as he did get the goal, I believe. Yes, did get the goal. DEFCON points, bonus points, minutes played as well, racked up there. Bruno Fernandes got the assist in that Man United game. As a Man United fan, this was disappointing to watch, especially when Newcastle were down to 10 men. Did give away the penalty, Bruno, as well, so lucky he didn't get a card there. Declan Rice, on the other hand, has not been performing well, despite them obviously winning. They 75 minutes played against Chelsea, 5 points, came off injured. But yeah, his points have been not as good as you would expect, especially towards this first half of the season where he picked up some really good hauls. And obviously they do have the blank in the 31. We'll talk about what I'm going to do for 31 anyway, or at least a overhaul of what I could be doing, because we do have obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players that will not be playing, which means our team is bound to 6 men. So Enzo on the bench, 4 points. Madueke still injured. Krupi still only 1 point. 16 minutes played. It's not looking good. We go to the leagues. Zach Costs back on top. He's been begging it all week long. That is saying he was going back to the top, and he's done it. But he's not ran away with it. He's only 5 points ahead of Noah. We are down in 9th again. We've been in that 8th, 10th position, flirting. But I really want to start pushing up. My good friend Manish there in 6th. That is where I want to be targeting. He is only 20 points ahead of me. That is something doable with one good game week. But yeah, I do think the top 5 is a little bit of a push, unless we can get right this week, and obviously depending on people's teams next week, whether they've got enough transfers, chips, or they have to take minus players. But yeah, look at Zach's team. 68 points. Raya in goal. Gabriel, Senesi, Chalobah. 11 points. 11 points is good. Gakpo, Semenyo, Bruno, Mbemo, Cherki, João Pedro, Haaland. Petrovic, Barnes, Cash on the bench. So he's going to have obviously Raya, Gabriel, Senesi, Cherki and Haaland all out, which means if he doesn't make transfers, he's going to have to play Petrovic. He's going to have to swap Haaland out for Barnes. So he's going to have to play at least one of those players. Because if they all come in, either one of their players have to play. So he could be down to 10 players if he doesn't make a transfer. Look at the McDonald's League. Matt is still on top. Kind of pulled away from Tyler, who was top for many, many weeks. Kind of like last year. Was ahead, but has dropped off. We finally got past Gavin. Andrew's still above by 20 points. Can we get third? It's doable. But let's go to transfers, because I have made 2 transfers, and as you can see, Enzo Fernandez has been sold finally, and I've brought in Semenyo, and I do have a plan for game week 31, so don't worry about him having a blank. We've got rid of also Ruffles for Callahan. It was something I wasn't 100% wanting to do, but I didn't want to play Dubravka, and I thought this game against Wolves is a beautiful fixture to get clean sheet points. If you look at obviously Callahan's games, decent against Bournemouth, and had some tough fixtures the week before, but with obviously Wolves, Leeds, Everton, Fulham, these are good games. And if I can get to game week 34 and then transfer Ruffles back, hopefully back injury free, I can finish with Ruffles in goal. So there is definitely some good points that can come from Callahan. Obviously Mukiele, I'm not bothered. I would like to have him back on the 22nd, which is probably the Newcastle game. So I definitely think he can play in that Spurs fixture and help Spurs go down. 0.3 in the budget then for now. Obviously it won't be once obviously Ruffles comes back, which so it's 0.2. But I think Ruffles might go down in price due to the fact that obviously he's been injured. But yeah, we did take the minus points there to get ourselves in a little bit of better position, because obviously Semenyo has been doing very well lately. I can't really have a reason not to have him. So the team for this week is going to look like this. And I'm not 100% sure on Bemo, but Callahan in goal against Wolves, very good fixture. I'm going with a back four for now. Could change to a back three, but it's Hill in against Burnley. It's double up on Arsenal defence, and Virgil van Dijk in that game against Spurs. Now, if we go back to when they last played Spurs, it was a win, but it was a 2-1 win, so they didn't get clean sheet points. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think with the form that Spurs have been in, yes, they did get some goals against Atletico, but I think they could ship goals very, very easily. And I kind of wished the blank was this week and not next week, because I would definitely be playing Etatike against Spurs' shitty defence. But yeah, so I'm not 100% sure yet. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk could come out. The midfield has Semenyo, Rice, Anderson, and Fernandes, with a front two of Thiago and Haaland. Which means Dubravka on the bench against Bournemouth. Bemo, Krupi and Mukiele still injured. But yeah, if we were to do something, I would potentially look at bringing on Bemo for Virgil van Dijk, playing a 3-back, have the 5 in the midfield. But I am then doubling up on Man United against Aston Villa, who are a very, very good side and did beat Man United, I believe, in the first fixture there. Yes, 2-1 there. But Bruno did come off, so maybe there is a hope that Man United can get back to winning ways. So yeah, I'm going to put back Virgil van Dijk for now, just in case I forget. But yeah, that is potentially a swap I could be doing. And then yeah, Haaland captain against West Ham. Should get goals. Potentially could have used a triple captain this week, but I didn't know he didn't play last week, and I don't want to risk that. So we're going to leave it like this. That is my team. Let me know in the comments down below what you're going with. Also, the Discord is now live for you guys to join. I know it's a bit late, but I've got it set up for next year, because for next year I do want people to be interactive I want to obviously build the community and obviously hopefully have enough people to put some prizes on the line. But to do that, you need to win the prizes, you need to be in the FPL league. So the link will be in the description to join the FPL Discord. But for now, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.